the hot glass into contact with the paper and the shaping block, the water evaporates out of the tool and the glass actually rides on a bed of steam. The paper tool is a great shaping tool because we can squeeze the glass into shape. We can cradle a wide form as we inflate it. It's a very versatile tool. Katie's gone into our reheating furnace. This furnace runs probably around 2100 degrees Fahrenheit as well. And it is just a chamber of heat that we can use to warm up the glasses we work. Katie's going to use one of our optic molds to create a three-dimensional texture on the surface of the glass. So we have a lot of different molds. You can see all the various ones. The mold that she used, they're not finishing. We work with and against gravity's pull on the glass, pointing the glass towards the floor. Katie knows it's going to stretch and lengthen that bubble. She'll work a constriction line into the form right off the end of the piece, right off the end of the pipe. It comes into play later on as our break-off point for the piece. So we put this constriction line in every piece that we create so that we can guarantee a nice clean break away from the pipe. The crease that we're creating here with the jacks is kind of like the creases in a candy bar. The little squares snap apart so easily because of those indentations. It's the same idea. The air is going to pass through the top portion of the piece and only inflate the glass at the very bottom. That's where the glass is hotter and thicker, and she set it up that way so there was enough material so that as she did further inflate it, it wouldn't become too thin and start to collapse on her. So she really set up the shape. Katie's going to make sure the bottom of the piece is warm enough to stick to the punty, but also not too warm. The top of the piece is cool enough that we can break it free. The type of glass that we work with, it's called soda lime glass. It's one of the thousands of different recipes for this material. The color is created in the glass through the addition of different metal oxides to that recipe or formula. So if we add iron oxide to the recipe for our clear glass, we end up. Now she did cut in what looks like maybe it was a little bit crooked, but she did that on purpose to create the pour spout for this picture. So what Rebecca's doing is working on a bit of glass that will become the handle. This tabletop here is called a marver. So she shapes the glass on this table, and it's just a metal tabletop, but it's cold metal. The cold metal draws the heat out of the glass, chilling the skin or the surface of that bit. And the more self-insulating it is, it's going to hold the heat a little bit longer. But it is going to sort of keep that cylindrical shape from the pre-shaping we did on the table. Now handles are really tricky. This is going to be a gravity handle, so gravity is going to play a part. As soon as she cuts it free, she flips the piece over because she doesn't want it to just flop down on the side of the picture. And then she flips it back over, catches it, and applies it right where she wants it to be. Very nice.